what time it is. You know,
selling fuckery 24/7. That's what we was doing. We're still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Cars, you know, freaking
jewelry.
But a facade though, yo. That's what I think is crazy. See, is they selling a facade because not everybody's living like that. You know what I mean? And that's I think the thing is crazy.
And you
that's
got
where I think
going
that's
broke
why I think
trying
when we
to
go back,
live that lifestyle. You got
well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think we're like the this is the problem. Like because again, like for my parents, right? It ain't about what the kids hear; it's what they see. You know what I'm saying? So they all trying to emulate some shit that the artists themselves ain't even living. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, where are we gonna draw the line as to just showing shit for what it is? You know what I mean? And low key, I kind of feel like some of that's being exposed today. You know what I mean? Like a lot of cats is just like, you know, we rap. This is what we do. You know what I mean? Because even if you're paying attention, like I think we're starting to see like a lot more. I don't know if we're gonna say conscious rap or whatever. But even in the videos and the contents that's coming out, it's a lot less flossy. You know what I mean? And it's really focusing more around the craft of just I'm gonna get these bars off.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is that balance. And it's funny, we know about it. The problem I have is like when it's not getting out there to the rest of the world. It's my only beef. When it's just not connecting where other people can learn and be like, all right, let me get on my real rap shit. But it's slowly it's starting to happen. Slowly it's starting to happen. Shout out to the Fleet DJs. Want to shout you out because they have DJ Share Music Month. So what I like about it, though, the month of October, they have been sharing new music. Thank you, Swerve. I got some new joints from you and from a lot of other DJs in that network. One of the dope things, I guess, get with Swerve to find out about that. Maybe you can get a conscious music folder, or maybe you can share one. Shit. Shout out to Queen B. She's digital digging. Maybe put one together and share it. Maybe that's a way to sort of balance this thing out. Because all I see is Cardi and Offset, Brad and Angela, Young Thug's trial and the judge storming out of the quarters, Eric Adams. A lot of fuckery, man. That shit getting tired, man. I'm just saying. Shit is just starting to feel like it's what are we doing here, man? For real. All right, I guess we'll play one more joint and hopefully we get our first act up in the building soon. I guess this one just dropped, so let me know. Sierra and Buster. What's your thoughts? Is this a win? Is this a loss? Is this a hit?
Yeah, I like it. I like
cool.
it.
It's cool.
I mean, I think I still, like I said, I'm always a fan of Buster. So I think, but again, I think these are just those scenarios again in how who was that? Israel said it earlier. You know what I mean? That's a joint for the women. I think that's the toughest part right now. Like aside from like these bars, and maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but aside from like how we was just talking about, we starting to get a lot more songs that are just about these bars that probably more caters to us as men. I mean, that's another woman's anthem right there. You know what I mean?
Boom. Boom. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I'm not overly crazy about it, but I can see how, first of all, Sierra pretty much, for whatever reason, when she puts out a record, the shit works. No matter whether I like it or not. She got her own thing going on. Shout out to Sierra, man.
Yo, she a pop star, yo. She definitely. You know what's cool about Sierra? I think is she hasn't lost like us, but she's been able to tap in like on a crossover level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's hard to do. That's super hard to do.
Over the span of the time that she's done it too, that's crazy.
Yeah. Like I said, this year is 20 years of her, yo. We got the goodies in 2004.
Wow. 20 years of Sierra. Shit.
Shout out her hubby too, man. He bought all her masters. That was a gift to her.
That's a boss move.
It's a boss ass move right there.
That's a boss. I like Russell, man. I like him, man. I really want to see him play. I really want to see him play again, man. Like, I like his style of play. I don't know what's. I think he's hurt. Is he hurt?
Yeah, he's still dealing with the cat. I mean, at this point too, though, I don't know if he really hurt. They just chose to go with Fields. I mean, Fields. Well, we in week 4 now. Might as well
Yeah,
stay
that's
with
what
him.
I'm saying.
Might as well stay with him. I wouldn't be mad at Russell with silver and black. You know what I mean? He can come on over.
Listen, man. Shit. What are y'all gonna do about the receiver situation now?
Man, it hurts. It hurts.
And
Yet again, I'm just, I'm glad I didn't buy the jersey. Something told me not to. You know what I mean? And I already got to get 2 Jacobs jerseys renamed.
It's so early to kill up on the season, though, man.
No, we ain't giving up. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna be real, the Raiders failed him. The Raiders failed him. He came over to play with Carr, and we all know how that went.
Yeah.
So, shit'll be what it'll be. You know what I mean? Hopefully, we got some stock. We got some stock in him that we can use to get somebody good. I heard a scenario of him going to Atlanta. We trade him and a first-round pick to get Michael Penix since he's just over there chilling. I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? That would definitely give us something to look forward to building for the future. You feel me?
Yeah, a nice building block, no question. Yeah.
Hey, we pulled it out in Cleveland. I'm flying out to Denver this weekend for the Bronco game. So, you know what I mean? It's still Raider Nation on mine all day, every day.
I'm saying it's like there's still a lot of hope. Yeah, man.
Easy. It's only week 5, dog. We got what, 16, 17 weeks?
I feel like why is he, you want to leave now when this shit could turn around? But not even turn around.
Listen, I'm at the point too, like, listen, bro, like if you don't want to be here, go ahead. And probably that's what Coach AP is saying. On some respect level, he probably just like, all right, fam, well, we've kind of failed you. Go live your life. Let's see what we can get for you. That's how I feel.
Boy, it's an ice cold.
I don't think it's no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit is what it is.
Voicing his opinion. I get it. I get it. Shit, if he ain't happy, he ain't happy.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Knicks fans. That's what happened with DiVincenzo.
You got your Towns jersey yet?
I ain't get that shit yet. I'm like, I gotta see what we do. Yes, Knicks Nation. She stopped pushing hard right there. I heard Queen's Day was crazy. No, I heard that Queen's Day was dope, but man, they was killing Superstar J. Man, they was throwing him under the bus.
They throw Superstar J under the bus because
what happened?
Because of the slow jam party. So at the end so at the end of the weekend when Queen's Day is over, the finale party is a slow jam party, and the whole gimmick of the party is don't come in there asking for Sexy Red, don't come in there asking for no up-tempo records. It's just straight slow jam.
Slow jams, facts.
This is the ultimate party for the grown and sexy who loves to sing the slow jam R&B records. Okay. Now, he was killing it, but they was trying to say he was cutting the records too short, and in certain songs where you get everybody to sing in 5-part harmony, he cut them, and that's what they was roasting him about. But other than that, the whole weekend was nuts. The block party was nuts. The basketball game was nuts. The black and white affair was crazy. Yo, listen, every year, shout out to School of Hard Knocks. They came out and sponsored the official Queen's Day shirts. Yo, it's official. Yo, Queen's Day Atlanta, man, every year. Boy.
Yeah, I heard, man. Trust me. Everybody's talking.
That's really a funny ass concept.
Shout out to my committee, my man, Mr. CEO, my man Molly G, the whole staff. Like every year we do better. So if you missed it this year, I promise you do not want to miss it next year. Like we had the first party with Father MC's birthday party and Grandmaster Vic. Grandmaster Vic and Father MC's birthday party was the first night. Then you had Queens versus Atlanta, the basketball game, which was the same day as the block party, which was the Saturday. Now the whole day Saturday, we had the block party at Grant Park. If you've been to Atlanta, you know about Grant Park. It's a pretty big park. The pavilion itself is huge. Like we had so much sound and speakers out there. It was crazy. You felt like you was in a New York block party somewhere, for real, for real. Like everybody came out. Capone from Capone and Noriega was there. We was trying to get Nori to get down here and do a CNN reunion. That would have been crazy, but there's a lot of Queens heads that was out there. Shout out to Ed Lover. He's there every year supporting the joint. You know, he from Queens. So it was just, oh man.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, Queens weekend in Atlanta is a big union weekend for the borough of Queens. And I know C Style's a major part of it and all these people out there, but it, Little Piece went viral. But I wanted to bring it up just shout out to C Styles and all the cats from Queens, because that little viral piece went out there and sounds like the day was safe. But I know we got our first guest here.
This is one of the hats that they was giving out, that they was selling. And then and then School of Hard Knocks had a whole bunch of other joints too. So they had shirts for you to take home with you, like for memorabilia. And I'm telling you, School of Hard Knocks. If y'all ever had the School of Hard Knocks t-shirts back in the day where they was repping for the boroughs, yo, the new Queen shirts is official tissue.
No doubt.
Well, what's the deal, C Styles? There's a lot of New York in Atlanta now.
Man, there's been a lot of New York and Atlanta since you figure like this.
Yeah, they do Bronx Day out there. And
yeah,
like
they do Bronx Day out there in Atlanta and Queens Day. We the most popular ones. So, for the most part, since I say about maybe, it really started about the early 90s when Freaknik and Jack the Rapper used to come to Atlanta. It started like that, and then Wu-Tang had got their Wu-Wear store right next across the street from one of the major clubs, which was the Warehouse. So it was a lot of New York people coming to college down here, because a lot of the HBCUs is down here. Clark Atlanta, Spelman, Morehouse. So it started really there. But I say like 99, 2000, that's when up north people was really heading down south and seeing what the Atlanta life was about. They kept hearing about it. They just wanted to know what it was about. So from 99, 2000 up until the present, New York's been flooding Atlanta, like living down here, coming to visit. The Bronx Day started about 7 years ago. Queens Day started maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And we just, you know what I'm saying? They got the other people that they do they out of town, like the latex parties, Louisiana versus Texas. They do the latex parties. They do every time the football game happens and they play a team, they rep for their states too. So it's a lot of joints that going on, but New York really flooded the joint, especially with them. I hate to say it, but them Diddy parties. Nah, I'm serious. Like
no, I know.
Like
I mean, I've heard the roots even go further, like back to like Bobby Brown and Teddy Riley days. You know what I mean? Like
listen,
Take that.
Listen, I'm DJ. I'm one of Teddy Riley's DJs, so I know when he was having the parties down there. I was one of Jermaine Dupri's DJs, so I know about Jermaine throwing parties every Thursday because I was part of the team. So I've been on the party scene and the radio scene in Atlanta for like the last 20 some odd years. So I kind of know which parties was popping, which parties was not. And being the fact that I was on the radio, I had to be at those spots. Why? Because radio wanted to be there, and the fact that I was doing the live broadcast. I was doing the live broadcast every weekend from a club. So you always catch me at a club from 10 to 2 at night somewhere in Atlanta, whether it was if you know about AG Entertainment, that's Alex Gidwan. He throws the biggest parties in Atlanta. You cannot get a big party without Alex throwing it or throwing it in one of his clubs. He pretty much came from New York and took over the club scene. The major club that was popping down here was Club Kaya. He bought the whole block. The block had Club Kaya. It had a detailing shop. and it had the legendary record store Earwax. He bought that whole block, tore everything down, and made the biggest 7-room club called Visions. And if you remember Visions coming down here, you've been in there 7 rooms, 7 different types of flavor. Like I've DJ'd a lot of Diddy parties in there, a lot of Jay-Z and R. Kelly parties in there when they came out with the best of both.
You'll see. I don't mean to cut you off, G. We got our first guest with us.
Hey,
I know we're going down a big memory lane. You know what I'm saying? So
let's get into it.
But much respect to you. Much respect. I just think about that time too when radio was actually like dope. You know what I'm saying?
when radio was really involved, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. But much respect for sure. But yeah, definitely, like I said, want to welcome our first guest. Thank you for patiently chilling right there, Stingray. Are you in Atlanta, G?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta.
Speaking of the ATL, you know what I'm saying? That's right.
Yeah,
but absolutely. I know you got some ties all over Chicago, New York. I see you repping the Bulls right there. How you feeling about your Bulls this year? What's happening?
Well, they got ways to go, man. You know what I mean? The glory days might not be coming back like that, like they were. But
shout out D Rose. He announced his retirement. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I hate to see those days go, but it is what it is now. It's all about a rebuild now. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Well, thanks for joining the call, man. Shout out Leslie, of course, in the building as well. This is what we do. Digiwaxx New Music Wednesday. We got DJs from all around the country, brother. You know what I mean? I caught wind of your record, which I thought was super, super dope. And
thanks.
We have, and I know this is gonna sound like a broken record to the crew right here, but we've been continuing to have this conversation around adult contemporary hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And your record really, I feel, kind of falls in that lane, and I would love to know your opinion about that.
I mean, I just look at it like writing from the heart. When I heard the track, I fell in love with the track. It was a kid named Aesthetic from Brooklyn that actually produced the track. You know what I mean? And just when I heard, I fell in love with the track. So for me, I just wrote. I wrote from the heart. I wrote, what came to me, and that's kind of like how I do.
Nah, no doubt. One, I love the positive message in the song. We were just talking. I think you might have caught wind of a little bit of the conversation. How we talk about the little bit of the balance in hip hop. You know what I mean? How some of the stuff is getting pushed on the mainstream ain't always the best for the younger generation coming up, or not even the best for the culture. You know what I mean? So
right.
I think records like this are refreshing. You know what I mean? I think they're needed. You know what I'm saying? So hearing you talk about it comes from the heart.
Absolutely.
Makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? So.
And I mean, I feel like, just personally, I feel like when you write like that, or, that is something that is real life, and real people are going through it. So you're going to always be able to reach, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people think that music is in a box of time, but that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, music is for what you're relaying to the audience. You know what I'm saying? And depending on their level of experience, or life experience, to be able to absorb it or relate to it. If you've been 17 before, you know what I'm saying? So you can write something about when you were 17. And if those kids go, you know what I mean, the 17-year-olds can feel it, they're going to love it. You know what I'm saying? Music is about your ability to create. But go ahead. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I dig. No, feel free, man. You know what I mean? We always love to get into the mindset of the artist. You know what I mean? So, if you want to embellish on that, man, run with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's all. I mean, I just feel like, like I said, music to me, you know what I'm saying, is just about the talent. It's about the, the gift, whatever gift that God gave you. You know what I mean? And hit records to me are the perfect merge of melody and lyric. And, if you can create that, then it's a place for you. You know what I mean? And that's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean? So, I keep, I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing because I love what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, when it came to Unbreakable, this was something that just resonated with me. And, it's really been a strong response because I really feel like a lot of people seem to relate to it. And that's the energy that I'm getting back,
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of people lose sight of what rap really is, rhythm and poetry, baby. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, let's run into this record again. We got Stingray checking in with us again. Chi-Town, New York, Atlanta, roots to hip hop. Check this one out, y'all. And again, thank you for tapping in today with us, brother.
Down.
Yeah, hip hop lives on forever. Lives on forever. Hip hop lives on forever. Nobody do it better, Stingray. I hit the world like a sonic boom. Hitting harder than that 13 Seahawk Legion of Boom. Never worry about suckers and what they assume. Never put my back against the wall and let the 9 sing a tune. Rest in peace from Prodigy to MF Doom. Hip hop was never dead, I was in a cocoon. The way I spit it terrific. Flow scientific, the mirror's image is the only equivalent. Before you travel too far, you better pivot. Shot towns and minutes, we gon' stand on that business. Show in this world of allegations and the net fabrication, I maintain spiritual navigation. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Only hate me, you could never break me. I walk through fire and brimstone till I return to safety. Devil tried everything to shake me. All it did was shape me into the warrior on a breakbeat. They said lay it to rest. Even with gray hairs in my beard, the skill is still timeless. Catch rack until they lay me to rest. I'ma keep spitting and fold the paper like an omelet. Never let the naysayers suppress the dreams that God put in your heart for you to manifest. Say Stingray, you rock it with the best. I never stop believing my poetry was a treasure chest. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Kings,
Hip hop shit. Hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? No gimmicks, just good music. You know what I'm saying? Dope joint though, Joe. You know, like I said, I definitely, you know, when this came my way, I wanted to make sure we shared that with everybody. You know, like I said, we got a hella hip hop heads in here, and like I said, the space for this music, man, is just so dope as to where it's at again. You know what I mean? And I'm envisioning this has kind of been your get down for your career, right? As far as like being a lyricist in that mattering, correct?
Well, I would definitely say that, my time, in New York, I spent a lot of time there as well, when I left Chicago, you know what I mean? So, I knew all the underground, promoters and, hit all the streets when, in all of those areas and stuff like that. And, New York definitely helped, shape, who I am as an artist and stuff like that too. A lot of the, the New York artists and stuff like that. And, so it, it's just been, been cool to develop those different, just different flavors and different styles and, and different things. And that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, collecting and pull in, find your identity, within that, you know what I'm saying? And that's going to be like for any artist, if it's R&B or whatever, you listen to people that you love or people that inspire you, you know what I mean? And you build, your identity, into that, you know what I mean, and whatnot. So, yeah, man.
No, good shit. I think the cool part about that song too, again, when you talk about the message, I could hear that in the movie. I could hear that, in definitely, I feel like you got some sync opportunities with that, you know what I mean, with the motivational factor in there. So, I think you got a lot of options around that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
Holly Grove, what's happening?
DJ Holly Grove, president of the Chop Stars, vice president of Core DJs. Salute to you, brother. That bitch jam. You know what I'm saying? One thing that I always try to, give critique on, tell artists, about being real lyrical and being, quote unquote hip hop is the beat is very important. You know what I'm saying? To get some of the younger generation on these type of songs, the beat really matters. And I feel like this is a song that you can fuck with too. You know what I'm saying? It got a great beat. You know what I'm saying? You spitting, you talking that shit, bro. Salute to you and everything you got going, bro. I'm fucking with it.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. C Styles, what's good?
Yo, what up, man? Yo, you was giving me you on the low, you was giving me little brother Slum Village type vibes. You know what I'm saying? The hip hop, the cadence, the beats, everything was just hip hop, and we was just talking about how the music needs to be balanced, and I think this would be the balance that hip hop would appreciate. You know what I'm saying? The beat is flowing, the rhyme flows is flowing. You could actually understand what you're saying, and it's not mumbling. You know what I'm saying? I really fucks with that record. My head was back here like, yeah, this is little brother slum type vibes. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I can see you running the chitlin circuit with this joint. You know what I'm saying? And just getting your name out there and doing whatever you got to do to hold it down. So I appreciate you doing this record, yo, for real.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah.
So, C, would this be one of the ones you would present at New Music Mondays?
Absolutely.
All right, Sting. Make sure you tap in with C and Leslie or yourself, Stingray. Drop the info in the chat to get that together. I don't know if you've ever been to one of those out there in the ATL, Stingray, but they do that every Monday.
With the
Oh yeah, the coalition.
Yeah, I'm part of Coalition DJs.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely. Yeah, I've been you know, meaning to get over there. It's just a lot of going on, so I'm actually over there. You know, what I mean, it was gonna happen regardless. I was gonna get with y'all for sure.
You know what
I've seen y'all doing y'all thing.
Yeah, we had Stank on your studios, Outcast, every Monday, man. So
yeah, I'm gonna be there for sure.
Come get at me when you ready to sign up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Matter of fact,
right.
Hell yeah. What's up, Big Red? Checking in from Dallas. Sorry about your Cowboys, brother.
It's all good, baby. Just make sure y'all keep Adams where he at, man.
He going.
Already. But hey, I want to say, man, I like the music. I really enjoyed it. It gave me that again, it gave me that nostalgic you know, Jay Dilla type beat and Pete Rock type beat. So the production on it sounded really, really good. I wanted to just say that, you know, lyrically, you delivered a lot of stuff that a lot of people are afraid to rap on, which is, you know what I'm saying, acknowledging your age, you know what I mean? So that, you know what I'm saying, that right there, I mean, the person who said it best was Ice Cube. Long as you got a voice, keep rapping. Long as I can keep talking and keep writing, keep rapping. If the Temptations can go on tour and these dudes damn near 60, 70, 80 years old, why hip hop can't do it? A lot of people try to say that hip hop is a young man's sport. You know what I mean? My thing is, it's not like basketball, like football, where your body break down. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you might break down, but if your mind is strong and that pen is strong, keep using it, keep going, man. Real talk. So again, from me, from Dallas in, man, I like it. I give it, you know, I fucks with it. You know what I'm saying? To keep it 100. So I like that.
Man.
I like that, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
I appreciate it. And I just say about, you know, when it comes to hip hop, to me, the way I feel about it is hip hop belongs to the people who love it and the people who can create it.
Right on.
You know, God didn't make it for 1 to 15. You know what I'm saying? 1 to 15 years old. It's not a sport, it's a music, you know, it's a genre of music. You know what I'm saying? And it belongs to the people who love it and the people who have the gift to create it. So, no matter how old you are, what you make has got to resonate with 24.
Right. And then one other thing I wanted to say, like C Style said, it's the cadence too. And also, you have to make sure your cadence is good. And a lot of people don't want to listen to, you know, out of their cadence. And like we get a couple, you know, it's a different if you got a song that you had that was really hot and popular and that was in the top 100s back in the 80s and, you know, 90s or whatever.
It's
and
not
you coming back.
It's not even that. It's just that you being yourself. And you're not you're not following none of these trends or what these other rappers are doing. And you're not biting. See, back in the day, it used to be called biting. If you stole somebody else's style, you was considered a biter.
Right.
Now you got to go back to that. You don't have to be a biter. You can use your own brain to create some ill rhymes, you know? You don't got to be like, okay, I want to do what the baby just did and use his rap cadence and use his rap style. No, I can go over here and this is my lane right here and I'm jumping over here. So whoever want to jump over here with me, come follow me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
That's it. That's it right there. And like I said, whatever the cadence that you got, I liked it, man. So just keep doing what you're doing. It don't even sound outdated. It don't sound like I said. It's what it is, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What up, C? You on mute, yo.
Yeah.
There
My
you go.
bad. All right. Shout out to you, Stingray. Good joint. I liked it. Real head nodder, but also, it's a boom bap head nod track. And I liked it all the way around. And I guess my question was, what are you doing to promote it? Like, how else are you promoting it? Because in Atlanta, one thing I like about Atlanta is that it's a diverse city where some cities they don't really have multiple hip hop channels to actually tap into.
Right.
A lot of it's
right.
mainstream hip hop.
Yeah.
Atlanta has college radio. Atlanta has boom bap spots. You know what I'm saying? You got, are you tapped in with that side of it down there at least? Not let alone Chicago, the crib where you from. Are you actively connected with that side of it in those two cities?
Well, when I chose to do Unbreakable when the track came to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like we was missing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was missing that feeling. You know what I mean? Myself, you know what I mean? And I said to myself, you know what I mean, because I'm a versatile MC. I can spit anything. You know what I'm saying? So, in fact, I intend to prove that in other stuff coming forward as far as the clubs and everything. I can mix it up in any type of way. But I did Unbreakable because I missed it. You know what I'm saying? I missed that feeling. And I wanted to make a statement for myself now before I went into any of those other records in terms of the versatility to say this is Stingray. You know what I'm saying? So people would, remember, or people that was hearing me for the first time would be like, okay, this is who this dude is. And then, you know what I mean? You can hear other stuff rather than the other way around trying to go backwards, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But as far as what's going on right now, it's really the club scene. You know what I'm saying? So and Atlanta's probably more club and strip club than a lot of the other places. So I'm working to get it in the right areas. I mean, right now it's number 2 in the nation. It went number 2 in the nation for independent labels on the DRT charts. So it charted to number 2. You know what I mean? For that. So it's people, they're still showing love for it, but I'm still trying to get it out to the avenues like the Sirius radios and native areas where the listeners are, you know what I mean, are ready for that sound. But I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I think there's we can help you. Like I want to send it to DJ Eclipse, who's actually on Sirius XM.
I think I know Eclipse.
But what I like about Eclipse is that Eclipse does one of the best weekly, well, I guess sometimes bi-weekly, sometimes every 3 weeks, but he sends out a DJ pack of records that are sort of aimed in that lane to different radio DJs as well as just cats that support the more boom bap culture. So I guess I'll get the pack Raymond, and I'll send it to him. And I think just adding it to that could probably get you some more eyeballs and looks.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Definitely. Yeah. And I think I might know Eclipse from New York out there too, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think from my time in New York, I think, I know Eclipse.
Definitely tap in with him. I would tap in with him.
I mean, it'd be better to come from you because I haven't, it's been a minute.
Okay.
I think
I'll send it to him.
When you highlight him, you know what I'm saying? He'll probably be like, yeah, I know this dude. You know what I mean? Like that.
Other question I had, did you do a B-side?
I do. I mean, meaning like I have another record, but it's a sample and it was produced by Mr. Hankey. You know what I'm saying? One of the top producers in the game, really, but out here in Atlanta too. But it's not cleared and all that stuff yet. So I'm like, you know what I mean? But I got records in the hole ready. I'm ready.
Look into the vinyl option for the joint with no sample. It still amazes DJs to get a package in the mail.
Hell yeah.
That's still exciting. That's exciting, yo.
It-
Love it.
I
Love
get
it.
like a
Yo.
big, I get like a big kid when I see a package of records coming.
Straight up.
For real. And what I'm saying is even make it I would even make it less, don't put too much, put a bunch of copyright material. Get a fat marker, write that, write down what it is. Just white label it basically. You know what I mean? And give it to the distribution people, have them stick it on there. That way people don't know what the hell it is. They have to play it.
Okay.
That's how we used to do it back in the day.
I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot it to y'all, and then y'all let me know if you rocking with it.
Fair enough.
What's cracking? Can we play it or what?
I got it. Damn. Let me see.
Does Leslie got it? If she can
is it
send it
any
over
way-
right
is
now,
it-
man, we could run it.
Yeah, let me.
I know that bitch is hit. Hanky made the beat.
I got it.
I
I
know
got
that
it.
bitch
Let me
Yeah, Hanky did the beat.
I got it right now.
Just play it. Damn, everybody's
No, you upped it too much. We got to do it. You know what
What's
I'm
the
saying?
email? What's the email? Who the email to right now?
Do it to Raymond T, RAYMOND T
RAYMOND
T
Okay, T
at live1.com. While you do that, I'm gonna run the record back just because it was a heater. See if we missed any bars. You know what I'm saying? But
now live ONE or number one.
no, ONE. So LIVEONE.com.
Yeah. Hip hop lives on forever. Lives on forever. Hip hop lives on forever. Nobody do it better, Stingray. I hit the world like a sonic boom. Hitting harder than that 13 Seahawk Legion of Boom. Never worry about suckers and what they assume. Never put my back against the wall and let the nine sing a tune. Rest in peace from Prodigy to MF Doom. Hip hop was never dead, I was in a cocoon. The way I spit it terrific. Flow scientific, the mirror's image is the only equivalent. Before you travel too far, you better pivot. Shot towns and minutes, we gon' stand on that business. Show in this world of allegations and the net fabrication, I maintain spiritual navigation. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Only hate me, you could never break. No, I walk through fire and brimstone till I return to safety. Devil tried everything to shake me. All it did was shape me into the warrior on a breakbeat. They said lay it to rest. Even with gray hairs in my beard, the skill is still timeless. Catch rap until they lay me to rest. I'ma keep spitting and fold the paper like an omelet. Never let the naysayers suppress the dreams that God put in your heart for you to manifest. Say Stingray, you rockin' with the best. I never stopped believing my poetry wasn't treasure. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Never take me alive. This is for my brothers of the same mind. I'm blind, I'm unbreakable, unshakable. Even when they said the shot was unmakeable, I'm unbreakable. Yeah. First Kings,
Even when they said the shot was unmakeable. You know what I'm saying? You got some bars in there, dog. You know what I'm saying? I dig it. I dig it 100%. Like I said, I think you got some sync opportunities in there, man. I would definitely try to shop that around because you could hear that in a movie, especially with all these streaming series and all that type of stuff. Like you could hear that in All American. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
You know,
I hope so. I love you. Know what I'm saying I'm open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man,
I ain't had nothing come through to my email yet, man. Check your phone, see if it went through. Because like I said,
check the junk and see if it went to junk mail or something. Because it definitely went through. Raymond.
Okay. Yep. Indeed. Okay. Be Mine. The name of this one, right?
Yep. You saw it.
Yep. I got it. Okay. All right, y'all. Here we go.
I saw your face. You had me thinking ain't nobody in the world that could take your place. Heart beating at a fast pace. The way you make it shake, you're killing them like first 48. Kill 'em. I wanna be your lover. Take you home to mother. You know I lay it on smooth like butter. Say you never love another. Never let another touch you. And I never let your heart rupture. It's me and you, girl, against the world. Wanna be the only man that you prefer. We can handle any problems that occur. I'ma treat you like a queen cause I know your worth.
Say you'll be my love for all time.
Be mine.
Cause you're the one for me. Say you'll be my love for all time.
Be mine. Yo. With you, I found love in a crazy place. You never played games, never made me chase. I give you the world and put a smile on your face. The love we made, time could never erase. Yo, let's make it last forever. You gotta hold on tight and we gon' make it through the stormy weather. Better now than never. What could be better than the unconditional love that we share together? You don't need no other body. Your body in the midnight hours, my favorite hobby. Yo, it's the you for me. When I look in your eyes, I see the woman in my family tree.
Say you'll be my love for all time.
Be mine.
Cause you're the one for me. Say you'll be my love for all time.
Be mine.
It's not what's meant for me. Say you'll be my love for all time.
Be mine.
Cause you're the one for me. Say you'll be my love for all time.
Be mine.
It's not what's meant for me. Your love, my love, I love forever.
You the one for me, baby. You the one for me, baby.
Your love, my love, I love forever.
You the one for me, baby. You the one for me, baby. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out Mr. Hanky. No doubt.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. And you said that first record was a producer out of New York?
The first record is a producing out of New York. I think BK named Aesthetic. So salute to Aesthetic. Produced that track.
Word. Super ill. What's up, C?
I think that's the perfect white label joint, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying perfect, man. Because anybody I hear, once they get the feeling of that record and what it is, and there's nobody's they're not gonna like play it all the way through and pay attention to it. It's perfect. And the sample thing, this is still hip hop, man. You will never get there if you just try to play all of these rules that got set later on. You gotta leak some of these joints creative ways and get people's attention. That's it. So I think you should do. I like the beast, the white label option because it will get people's attention, especially around Atlanta, Chicago. There's a lot of real DJs there, man. So
Yeah.
I like that record a lot. I like it a lot. And who's the girl that was singing on the hook? Because she really what's that? Alicia Myers record? I forgot who say.
Yeah, that's
That's
yeah,
Alicia Myers' original record.
Yeah.
It's Alicia Myers.
So who sang that? Who's the girl?
It's a girl named up and coming singer out of Atlanta named Shertrice. So shout out to Treese Mack. You know what I mean? I met her some time ago. I always told her I'm gonna put you on something. You know what I mean? So I finally, got the right track, and then I wrote everything. I wrote all of that and wrote the melody and everything, and I just told her to come in and do it.
Fire.
Yeah, appreciate
Good
it.
job, man. Good job. That's what's up.
Yeah.
No, push that record, bro. Push both of them. You could push both at the same time. That's all I gotta say.
Nah, 100%. 100%. What's up, C? C Styles.
My thing is this, and I always say this in every new music that we do. If you're gonna redo a classic record, it has to be good as or better than. My nigga, it's hard to do those type of records, especially the up-tempo old school records like Alicia Myers. That's why she rarely gets sampled. Like the last record when they tried to sample her "I Want to Thank You" record, and Busta Rhymes and Lil Wayne was the only one that could pull it off. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to be that record that says, "Yo, I think I could do this." But if you can't do it, don't touch the record. You know what I'm saying? But you touch the record and you had the girl match Alicia Myers' vocal range. That's what made me interested too. Because if you got a girl singing on this hook, she got to be as good as Alicia Myers or better than. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Now, my thing was, it would have been dope if you could reach out to Alicia Myers and have her sing on the hook.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Nah, it ain't I wish. Do your homework. Find out who her management people are. Like, yo, I love your record. It would do me justice if you get on this record with me. And she's gonna like the record, so why not get on it?
Yeah.
Now you got a record with a sample and the legend co-signing the sample.
That'd have been dope. Yeah, definitely.
I know that'll be. It can still happen, bro. It can still happen.
But Treese can blow, man. Y'all, you know what I mean? She really
I'm not taking. Listen, I'm not taking.
She's coming up.
No, I'm not taking nothing from her. But what I'm saying is, being of the fact that it's Alicia Myers, say, Alicia can get on the record. She's still doing collabos and she's still doing shows. So it ain't nothing to try to do your homework and reach out to her and be like, look, I got this record. I sampled your record. It would do me justice if you got on this record with me. And 9 times out of 10, if we saying we like the record, I know she's going to like the record, because if there's a bunch of DJs that saying they like the record, why the not? You know what I'm saying? It's going to work. You just, like I said, don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
Yeah. But, well, I want to, you know what I mean? Definitely. I would definitely do that. But I would say, you know what I'm saying, Treese, because I'm kind of coming up with Treese, and I really think that she's gonna be a star, you know what I mean? I really feel like she's gonna be somebody that, you know, that's getting ready to get her turn, you know, her time, you know, because so I really wanted to show her love, you know what I'm saying, and support for her, because, you know, I feel like she could blow any minute with a lot of the stuff that she doing. And then with something like that going, it'll be a good look for me too, you know what I'm saying? Because she's doing a lot of things in Atlanta. You know, I think she was singing for the mayor and there's a lot of different stuff. So I got a feeling like y'all going to be hearing from her, you know, in the very near future. Her name is Treese. So, you know what I mean? So that's kind of like why I also made that decision. But, you know, definitely what you're saying is something to think about and remember, you know, as far as trying to connect with, you know, all of the other people, you know, the people that actually did them joints.
I think it could work. Because if you can get both of them on the record, if you get both of them on the record, do a remix and have Alicia Myers on the remix. You do a remix and have Alicia Myers on the remix.
Yeah, that could happen. That's something could happen.
Like I said,
I just think about that live performance.
That's what I'm telling you. Don't downplay yourself. Don't downplay yourself too short. When you got a big record like that, you got to look at all your possibilities. All your possibilities.
I really see that happening too, because I think that, you know, if you get both of them on there, man, that'll be like a real good homage type record, man, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure just showing homage to her, and she comes in and they both duetting it, it'll be fabulous, bro. I think that'll be a real good look. Like I said, again, just keep pushing it how you got it now, keep pushing it, but if something bigger come in the future, go for it, man. It'll give the record a second boost.
Word, yo, it'll be stupid, stupid.
I mean, Stingray, I think it's important to understand too, like, you have people on this call that can make those scenarios happen. That's why these calls are important. You know what I mean? Like, you know as well as I do, man, networking is all a part of this game. You know, definitely. So, you know, and like C-Style said, don't say yourself short, bro. You know what I mean? I hear what you're saying about Treese, but you know how epic that could be to get Alicia Myers on that shit too would be insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, you know, if I can afford it, I'm down. You know what I mean? Like, if she,
oh no, she probably wanted, you know what I mean? Like that.
You want to charge me? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm
down. But listen. This is what I said. If you let her hear it first, she'll co-sign you, and you don't have to pay. She'll gladly get on the record, because why? For one, it's rejuvenating her career. For two, helping you out. For three, it's helping both of y'all out, and it's revamping everybody. Everybody,
people don't mind getting paid on the back end. Like, they do a split, right. You know. You
and
do
everybody
a split on
wins
it,
in the situation.
She good.
Definitely.
Hell yeah. Head rush, what's happening? You there?
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I'm here. What's up with you, Stingray? How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Oh, not much, man. Real quick, from another Chicago to the next, man. I appreciate what you're doing, dog.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said in the chat, Chicago is more than drill and drive-by.
Absolutely.
Everybody has this perception that, you know, every time somebody says they're an artist, they're from Chicago and they doing anything but R&B, they automatically assume that they finna get what everybody's portraying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you changing directions and making feel good music. As far as both those tracks, I love them both. The second track, I agree with the team. You should definitely push that one as far as you can. And I do believe, and I really believe wholeheartedly that if you hit Alicia Myers' team up, she's gonna jump on that track. She ain't probably gonna ask you for a dime, bro. And it's just because a lot of the legacy artists or the classic artists that we used to listen to, when they hear us sample their music and they actually like what we're doing, they're quick to jump on it because like C-Style says, it rejuvenates their career, makes people go back and listen to their catalog and you know, actually find out who they are and give them their flowers, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree that you should run with that. If you do run into a situation where clearing the sample is more of a tedious situation, start using producers that can replay the samples. The trick to clear the sample is if you can replay it, you got a musician on your squad that can replay it, then you just cheat code right there. They can't take everything. They can take something, but they can't take everything because it was replayed and not used from the original track.
Definitely.
So take that, put that in your toolbox, bro, and run with it, man. That's good. That's good work right there, bro. For real.
Appreciate it, man. Definitely.
For real. Salute to you, bro. Peace.
Appreciate it, man. No doubt.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, super dope, man. Like I said, 2 for 2. Both those records is hot. And like I said, man, aim for the moon. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they ain't no ceiling on these things. You know what I'm saying? So, what's the plan for the rest of the year, bro?
Well, you know, right now, like I said, I really want to definitely want to see what I can get Unbreakable moving through Sirius, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's the native soil, you know what I'm saying, for that, you know, for Unbreakable, you know what I mean? And that you know, those people will be, you know, they already open and that's already the sound, you know, that they love. You know what I mean? And so and so I'm coming behind with the next record. I'm ready to move on the next record, rather if it's Be Mine or, you know what I mean? And I got another record in a hole as well. You know what I'm saying? That I'm ready. You know what I mean? So I got some ammo, man. So I'm just working on moving some financial things or continuing to build on the financial things, you know, so I'm close to where, you know, where I'll be free to really push, you know, things, you know, the way that I need to do. And I feel like as you know, I continue to put myself out there that, you know, once I collect that viral step, you know what I mean, whichever way that it comes, and I feel like that's gonna come soon, then I'll be good from there. And these tracks are available for anybody that's interested. I'm gonna put it in the chat as well. They're available at firstkingsent.com. So they're available on the website. So you just go to firstkingsent.com and click on music, and you can get both of those tracks, Unbreakable and Be Mine, straight from the website. And I'm gonna put the website in the track. I mean,
put that in the chat. Put that in the chat for sure. What's cracking, Z?
And one last thing, A3C is coming up in Atlanta from the 10th to the 12th. Probably a good place for you to actually create your own energy around the record. Not just be there in attendance, but you know, actually create maybe an event, maybe perform in a couple spots and run around with the song just on flash drive and just go see DJs face to face. It always brings in a lot of people. It's a great festival that spans throughout downtown, midtown, and other selected parts of Atlanta. I'm sure you've been there before.
I have.
Use that as a major event that's in your city to push the song. And you probably see a lot of people that you need to see from Sirius and other platforms right there. So I would invest in that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and
That's already what, next week, see?
10th to 12th? When is that? That is next weekend.
Yeah.
I know it's coming up for sure.
So yeah, you got to sort of jump on that. If you need the link for that, let me know. we'll make sure you get connected in there.
Yeah, definitely do that. And let me know as far as some of the people that y'all think, would be, is handling, shows up there or something, and that I could probably connect with.
No doubt. Well, I think the serious play is definitely smart. Like I said, that's basically the place we all go to go get this, the boom bap. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I think that again, the AC3, another dope play. Definitely got to tap in with C Styles. You got to get that Coalition Monday. That's a given.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Considering you're right there in the city. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Check them dates. Check those dates. I got the 28th through the 30th.
For AC3?
Yes, sir. Atlanta.
Okay, so the end of the month. Okay.
Okay.
Word. Well, shit, man, we appreciate you, Stingray. Thanks for pulling up. I mean, dope music, man. Dope vibes, good energy. Like I said, Unbreakable. I think it's super dope. Hearing you talk about it, right, coming from the heart, it definitely exudes in the song. So, I wish you the best with all of it, man. And like I said, tap in on the resources, bro. Like I said, you got a lot right here. You got people right there in your backyard too of Atlanta that can help make some plays. So, run them to the best, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all, man. And y'all hit me up at Stingray Chosen, on the IG and Twitter. That's at STYNGRAYCHOSCN at Stingray Chosen. Y'all connect with me and let me know, man, anything that y'all got going on that we can put in work together on that. And I want to give a shout out to Leslie and Upscale, PR, and I appreciate the opportunity to come on here, Raymond T and all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all, rocking with me, man, and creating this opportunity.
No doubt, man. Best to you, man. Good shit for sure, man. Dope records.
Appreciate it.
So that's what American New is. So that's what because people aren't in the network, because people aren't in, they may not understand what that. They may not understand what that is. If you making content, if you making content, for somebody to be the platform, for somebody to be the way I break bread, the way I break bread is 60-40 in the content creator's favor. 60-40 not of 60-40 not of CPM, but of the CPM, but of the so really it would be better. It would be better for everybody that I'm talking about. The technology is better. The technology is better sometimes with the big pole line and the big pole broadcast. Now I broadcast my phone. Now I can do it from my phone. Okay. All right. Okay. That means that COVID proof. And then the broadcast went live. So if you got the plug in Netflix to put whatever you want on Netflix, then you should use that plug. And you have to understand the power that y'all have right now. So it's just elements of different people, I think. But at the end of the day, I'm fully convinced that I'm a superhero. And I think we all are, but people have convinced us that we are not. I just won't let nobody convince me that I'm not a superhero. And I'm going to fight for what I love. And I'm going to be the enemy to those that are hurting the people I love. Now you got to push yourself, make yourself uncomfortable to be great. If you want a different result, you got to do things different. Whether you like your life or not, you always want to grow at least 10%. So you got to change at least 10%. But for me to do something different, I got to change the way I've done things. And I constantly try to look for how to do things different, how to make myself uncomfortable because it's brand new, because I want to be great. I'm overqualified to do shit that I've done before. I'm not a ringer. I want to be a rookie and be rookie of the year. Every year is something new.
Digiwaxx. Music Wednesday.
We here at American New Studios, so I'll take you to the studio and I'll talk from there.
So wait, where's the studio located?
It's in Florida, Winter Haven.
Oh,
it's about an hour away from Tampa and an hour away from Orlando.
This year we was already talking about the feature run. And then fucking this year, fucking bananas. What up, Grove?
Not to mention he had one of the, hottest songs going into the summer, through the summer, you know what I'm saying, with that HYB hide your bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh, yep. Yep.
Like
Yeah, that was
it's
from that
crazy.
album.
He dropped that
Yeah,
project Friday. Yeah, he dropped the project Friday. Dreamville was Saturday. Sunday when he performed, nigga, the whole crowd knew the fucking lyrics. It's crazy as hell. I like the song, you know what I mean? And then that was
T
what's the
Grizzly.
Detroit rapper? T
Yeah, T
Grizzly.
Grizzly.
Yeah,
Yep.
I fuck with her. You know what I mean?
Is he from T Grizzly? Is he Chicago or
No,
Detroit.
Detroit.
Detroit? Well, the funny
yeah.
thing is, I said the video. I gotta see the video. The video is out. They both did the video in New York. That
Yep.
whole video
Yep.
is in New York, which is
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, I fuck with him. Send it to me. I'll put that on my Shade 45 mate.
Yeah, holla at Tony Grove because I seen him already promoting it as a part of the Core DJ songs of the week.
It's already on Digiwaxx. It's been up since last week. So
Okay, word.
you go download. It's been up there since last week.
I've been off my download game for the last week because I went to did Sway last week, so I ain't really done. I'm gonna do that today, but I got it. I fuck with that for real.
Yeah,
that record's hard.
Yeah, I downloaded that myself. I don't know.
T Grizzly dropping an album this Friday. That was the first little tease of it. So, I think T Grizzly's dope, man. He kind of another one of them storyteller type cats. He be dropping some dope shit. So, but like I said, man, this dude Cole is just out of here. You know. All right, let's run another record. See what's cracking. Hope everybody's good.
Digiwaxx. Go! Digi Radio.
They were selling it on, they try to sell it on different platforms, but I'll say this. This is why Spotify recently stopped giving everybody money. So they messed up the game. So now you have to have at least 1,000 organic plays to get a check from Spotify. 1,000.
Organic
plays.
1,000?
At least 1,000. And it's the reason why is because Spotify has to pay out on these streams, right? Let's say these fake streams, but Spotify's main expense is what? It's their servers. They actually have to pay for everybody who puts music on their server, on their platform. The server has to house the music. And that expense is
through the roof.
Probably a couple $100,000 a month.
A month?
A month.
Oh, damn.
I mean, we're talking about, I don't even know. I'm just gonna put out there something like 1,000 yettabytes of content. And what that would equate to is such a big no. I mean, if somebody put 100,000 titles a week, sometimes I'm hearing 250 a week of songs from all genres of music, and they got to sit on a server somewhere and be able to be accessed that
forever.
Somebody can play forever.
Damn, no, I really never even thought about it like that.
I know it's a lot. It's a lot.
Like they're never going nowhere. It's not like a limited time, and then they keep them like they sit there.
If you run a basic website, you need basic storage. You're probably paying, let's just say, basic $20 to $50, maybe $80 a month. Maybe $8 or $100, maybe that in that range for a basic joint.
Yeah,
basic.
Yeah, facts. Damn.
A record pool and all these things are paying thousands
a month.
A month. A music streaming service.
Yeah. All right.
Digiwaxx. Go! Radio.
Yeah, I guess shout out to everybody who dropped new music. It's been a decent new music week. It's actually one of the better ones in the last 3 weeks. I feel like this is actually picked up. You had Benny drop.
Yeah.
We had come out. Megan's new single, which is
got the streets buzzing.
The
internet buzzing.
I saw Nikki did make a post.
Yeah, you saw that. So what you think, Sia? She had that in the top.
Serious. I really think that
Hiss, right?
Yeah,
right.
She kind of like some ball work. If you remember the last record she did, the My Best, she kind of did the same thing. I mean, she having a nice run. Nani, you know what I mean? That kind of had a late pickup. But shoot, it went number one on radio too. She on that LL record with Proclivities, which has been added. So she having a nice 2024 for sure. She was on YG's album, so Sweetie doing it. Sweetie doing it. Super cool. Super cool. You know what I mean? What y'all think of that record though? I like the Jill Scott sample.
Well, they bodied the sample. Like it brings a soul into the record. And then she does like rhyme good. She's not no, she carries it. So I think she's so talented though. Like I don't understand. Does she do movies? Does she do anything else? Or is she just strictly like rap right now? Like what's her other lane to get attention?
She was in she did BMF. She did BMF this last season. Matter of fact, she just did an animated feature on Max, so which was kind of interesting. Which I mean, like I said, I think she has the opportunity to do a lot of different lanes too, because like she can do the ratchet stuff, but I think she can also do the cleanup type shit too. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, little soul. I think, like I said, that sample brings the soulful shit out of that one. Lets her just kind of get off her bars, and I like it too because we know she's fine, but I don't think she like it's not extra. You know what I'm saying? If I'm saying that correctly.
Yeah, she's not overdoing it. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, sexy. You don't gotta out there. Her confidence is hot.
That's what it is. That's probably what it is right there. The confidence is what it is.
Confidence is up there, which is why I was looking at. I'm like, yo, she's also she's very photogenic. I mean, she's got that. She seems like she can carry this actress role. And maybe it's a Tyler Perry thing, but I really think, I'd like to see her like really get a shot at acting beyond just maybe a feature film or something. That's it.
Yeah, she's super smart, man. Like I said, I've got the chance to interview her handful of times in my career, man, and she just, I mean, like I said, she got a marketing degree, USC. You know what I mean? So she like I said, she ain't no slouch. She know what she's doing. Real spill.
Didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah. So she actually went to San Diego State out here too for a minute. So she actually started what they call the Dazzling Diamonds. They're a dance crew as a part of the college out here. So they dance for all the football, but she actually was part of the inaugural season of that whole Dancing Diamonds. Then she left to go to USC to get her degree. So, like I said, not dumb at all. She is very much I think she got a longevity type career because she'll be making some smart moves. Plus a brand ambassador all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like every brand want to be a part of her.
Right, quick question. The Dazzling Diamonds, was that the dance team that was similar to like the HBCU dance squads?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They just did it at San Diego
Damn,
State.
I did not know that she was a part of that. That's crazy.
Bro, she was a part of the inaugural year. She was a part of the first squad.
Wow. She got shit going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. She got there's a Sweetie smart, yo. Super smart. So all right, y'all peep this one. Let the slander begin.
His deal was bad, boy, but yo, Biggie ain't had to go, did he? We know the secret. He ain't.
So that's what American New is. And because people aren't in the network business, they may not understand what that even means. So if you're making content that's compelling, of course, I'm going to give you the platform. And the way I break bread is 60-40 in the content creators' favor, 60-40, not of what's left of the CPM, but of the full CPM. So really, it would be better, honestly, if everybody downloaded it so they could see what I'm talking about. The technology is better than Disney. I don't need a news truck outside with the big pole and the antenna to broadcast. Now I could do it from my phone or with 3 cam.
Okay, that's fine.
So that means that when if COVID proof, pandemic proof, we could broadcast any event that we want live. So if you got the plug to Netflix to put whatever you want on Netflix, then you should use that plug. And you have to understand the power that y'all have right now. So it's just elements of different people, I think. But at the end of the day, I'm fully convinced that I'm a superhero. And I think we all are, but people have convinced us that we are not. I just won't let nobody convince me that I'm not a superhero. And I'm going to fight for what I love. and I'm gonna be the enemy to those that are hurting the people I love. Now you got to push yourself, make yourself uncomfortable to be great. If you want a different result, you got to do things different. Whether you like your life or not, you always want to grow at least 10%. So you got to change at least 10%. But for me to do something different, I got to change the way I've done things. And I constantly try to look for how to do things different, how to make myself uncomfortable because it's brand new, because I want to be great. I'm overqualified to do shit that I've done before. I'm not a ringer. I want to be a rookie and be rookie of the year. Every year is something new.
Wednesday.
We here at American News Studios, so I'll take you to the studio and I'll talk from there.
So wait, where's the studio located?
It's in Florida, Winter Haven.
Oh,
it's about an hour away from Tampa and an hour away from Orlando. It's like, right in the middle of Polk County. So everybody comes over here to do the cool shit,
We see the new
that's where we recorded this whole new project at in 5 days.
But first, just want to say thank both of y'all for the music, for the culture, for the commitment over the years. From the beginning to what's now. The fact that y'all still creating and doing stuff, especially dope. And just happy y'all could join, man.
So that's what American New is. And because people aren't in the network business, they may not understand what that even means. So if you're making content that's compelling, of course, I'm going to give you the platform. And the way I break bread is 60-40 in the content creators' favor, 60-40, not of what's left of the CPM, but of the full CPM. So really, it would be better, honestly, if everybody downloaded it so they could see what I'm talking about. The technology is better than Disney. I don't need a news truck outside with the big pole and the antenna to broadcast. Now I could do it from my phone or with 3 cameras.
Okay, that's fine.
So that means that when if COVID proof, pandemic proof, we could broadcast any event that we want live. So if you got the plug to Netflix to put whatever you want on Netflix, then you should use that plug. And you have to understand the power that y'all have right now. So it's just elements of different people, I think. But at the end of the day, I'm fully convinced that I'm a superhero. And I think we all are, but people have convinced us that we are not. I just won't let nobody convince me that I'm not a superhero. And I'm going to fight for what I love. And I'm going to be the enemy to those that are hurting the people I love. Now you got to push yourself, make yourself uncomfortable to be great. If you want a different result, you got to do things different. Whether you like your life or not, you always want to grow at least 10%. So you got to change at least 10%. But for me to do something different, I got to change the way I've done things. And I constantly try to look for how to do things different, how to make myself uncomfortable because it's brand new, because I want to be great. I'm overqualified to do shit that I've done before. Qualified to do shit that I've done before.
Going crazy for 5 minutes. Cassidy. I feel like that's going to be the first of many.
That shit was so fire. I had no idea that was coming. That shit came out of nowhere. Shout out to Cassidy. That shit was hard. The beat, everything crazy. I'm so happy. I don't know why, but
he said, I'm so happy.
I am, man. He was killing that. And like somebody said, I think Head Rush said it. It's one of them joints where I got to go back and listen to it again and again just to try to catch everything.
Dissect it. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Spock said it sounds personal. He might have violated. Or he might have got violated. Okay. Well, hey. I don't know about that. But shit, shout out to real hip hop. Damn. Feels good.
They be trying to say if you only pitching, you ain't gay, but if you catching, you gay. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Pause.
If you gay, you gay.
Pause.
What are you doing? Like
double pause.
Double
Damn, boy. Digiwaxx.
Nobody cares.
Digiwaxx is wow.
Seem like they're on the same playing field to me.
Speaking of that, my parlay looking real good. Shout out
How's the
to
parlay looking? How's the parlay looking
It was
today?
decent. Detroit. I took Detroit to win this game. Now the Mets got to win. You know, go get a nice steak dinner.
I'm tripping because that Padres going crazy over here, and I think they lucked out not seeing the Mets first. You know what I mean?
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Because Atlanta had to fly cross country. I mean, they both would have had to, but Atlanta was exhausted. But I think the Padres are better than them anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they're gonna be better than them anyway. I think the only X factor right now are the Mets. And Houston is always a headache for people. If they get into the next round, it's just a headache. So,
Bro, New York gonna go crazy if it become an all New York World Series.
But the Mets won. The Mets won. Let's keep it all the way above.
Yeah. Mets won.
The Mets won. I ain't gonna lie. I like the Subway Series, but I want LA versus New York is what.
Classic.
Connie versus Judge. That's what I'm. That's
what the people want to see. That's what the people want to see.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just funny because, like I said, the Padre fans over here, they go so crazy. It's like, fam, y'all still can't beat Big Brother. You know what I mean? Like LA always got their number.
Big facts. But I will say this: watch out for the Mets. There's some magic going on in Queens. They are turning up at the right time, and the way they won that final game to get in, I think they're gonna be dangerous for at least. Definitely this round. I think they win in the second round. They could potentially really do their thing.
Who left? Well, you said Houston too, right?
Houston, Detroit. They playing now. So this is a wild card. So you got hold on. Let me get to the parlay. You got
the parlay.
Yes. Atlanta's playing San Diego. Mets are still playing
the
Brewers. Baltimore, Kansas City. And then you got Houston and Detroit. Those are the 4 teams. The bigger games start Sunday. Yes. Saturday.
Yeah, game 1 for the NLDS and the ALDS is Saturday.
Got it.
And it's the Guardians, the Phillies, Yankees, and Dodgers waiting for the wild card to wrap up.
Right. I forgot who we play. I guess we play the winner of. I don't even know. Don't even give me the line. I don't fucking know. But it's going down. A lot goes on. October's my favorite month for sports. We
get all of them. All of them.
You're good. You know, for a good couple of weeks. So, love October.
How you feeling about your G-Man?
You know, I think we got.
They gave Dallas a problem last Thursday.
We did, but we got a little overhyped. Couldn't close. Offense is still somewhat stagnant.
You know what's crazy? What's crazy for me, like for the past 3 years, when they could kick just a field goal when they get a touchdown, and I'd be yelling at my TV. I'd be like, "Yo, do not go for a 2. Y'all not going to get it." I'll be yelling at the joint, and they don't get it. And I'm like, "Yo," and I've been accurate for the past 3 years. I'd be like, "Damn, I should be a coach." Like, "Yo, go," and I'm like, "You up?" It was another team I was looking at, and I'm like, "Yo, they was up by 2 touchdowns, and they was going for a 2," and I'm like, "Why y'all up 2 touchdowns? Kick the field goal and be good." And they went for.
No, I'm gonna tell you, man. Right now, first of all, our running game is like non-existent. For the last game, our running game was trash. I mean, we couldn't get Singletary to go through find a hole for nothing. He tried, but he just couldn't do it. You know, I don't know if you're gonna blame the O-line for that or just the plays that were called. Our receivers dropped some critical passes. But overall, we did all right. We just didn't win the game. We just couldn't close the game, man. Daniel Jones looked better. but we're still in long season mode. We got to get our shit together because we're looking at a long season if we can't figure our shit out. And that's a fact.
This is a mic check.
Mic check, mic check.
Way
you do
better.
sound better. You do sound better.
Okay, I just went back to the old shit, man. Y'all continue on. My bad.
All right, I was waiting for you. I was waiting back for you. So are you here?
Yeah, I've been here listening, man. It's busy over here, man. This shit going on. That Bank of America thing too, man. Y'all check y'all shit. Like it's not like that's not just some little rumor. Like it's some shit being affected for real.
And this is my question: is this cyber attack?
You never know. We know what just happened, so you never know.
Yo, on top of the fact, Monday, I don't know how y'all was, but Verizon had the SOS going on. My phone didn't work on Monday. And they said it was a nationwide outage. I meant to hit y'all, but I couldn't text nobody. I couldn't call nobody.
That was cap. My phone was working.
So wait a
Okay,
minute.
well-
So this is, I mean, I guess this is some way to this is crazy because
y'all
blowing up people with pages is nasty work. That's nasty work.
Oh, it's super nasty. But we live in a different time, different warfare. So, like I said, we know what just happened. Just happened. I'm not talking about last couple weeks. I'm talking about in the last 24, 48 hours.
Yeah. No, this week has been wild.
Yeah.
But are we saying that these phones?
We're not saying nothing. No, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just
not
saying.
No, wait. I'm saying something. I'm saying something adjacent to that. What I'm
The reason, I don't mean to cut you off. The reason why I say you got to be clear these days because people will run on the internet,
of course,
with narratives that are not remotely true. I've been seeing it a lot, even in our group chat things that we have on Instagram. Go ahead.
So my question is, are we saying in general that the devices that we have around us can be weaponized? I'm asking.
Without a doubt.
Because we all have cell phones are nowhere, they're not too far from us at any time.
But dig this though, but still, dig this though. Those were beepers and pagers, dog. So like you gotta think like it's kind of like using sticks and stones during war. Like it's very basic. Like they knew, so when you think about what happened, right? So if I know that this society might not have the latest iPhone, I can provide the cheapest thing with your beepers and pagers. Well, now I've kind of given you all, I have a control system, right? These aren't iPhones that they did that with. These are like basic pagers and like we don't even use that shit no more. So for them to do that, that was kind of designed directly for them. What I'm saying is your phone is probably not going to do that because your phone is updated. They knew what they were going after. They were using those items because of the society they live in. They don't use the shit that we're using. You see what I'm saying?
That shit was diabolical.
Yeah.
I'm just asking the question because I've never seen that before. I've had pages, beepers, all of that shit. Head Rush said a pager doesn't have a security blanket. I'm just saying, it just seems real crazy when you see these.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I miss my two-way.
This dude said a Motorola two-way pager.
See, but I'll tell you what was interesting.
Next.
Go ahead, Gro.
Oh, I just said I missed my next tail. Fuck that. I missed that train.
Nah, but what I was gonna say though, so the Verizon outage one Monday, like I said, all morning. I was on SOS till about 2 p.m. Pacific time. So again, couldn't make a call, couldn't text. The interesting part is my lady got a government phone through Verizon and her shit was working. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, are these little tests? You know what I mean? You feel me? Like, okay, if we take out, because again, they talk about a warfare. If you eliminate communication, you know, who you crying to for help?
That's the first thing. That's the first thing you do. Weapons and communications. Wipe those out, you know, it becomes a different thing.
Nasty work, yo.
Funny thing is, we never know. Like, you know, hopefully somebody would say or get on TikTok or something and be like, yo, here's what's going on. But for the most part, we're just in the dark.
Yeah. And we live and die by our devices. That's what's crazy. You know what I mean? We live and die by our devices.
You ain't lying.
Everything's through a fucking, like, think about how much spam text you get now. It used to be just spam email.
Oh.
Think about how much spam text you get now. You know what I mean?
The
Our data has been being sold now for years upon years upon years.
It's on the black web for sure.
The digital footprint, they would call it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
visit-
think about every time you got to get a new app, right? You got to fucking put an email. You got to put a fucking phone number. You know what I mean? Like, all that shit is just, you know what I mean? It's wild. What's up, Hollygrove? Oh, he coming on camera for this. Okay, I see it.
Some old school.
I'm not worried about no cell phone going down. Y'all better get y'all CB radio. You better stop playing with y'allself. Long range. Yeah, I ain't got no. Hey man, look, we ain't playing no games right here. They can do whatever they want. You know what I mean? As long as I got this motherfucker.
No. I want to piggyback off of that because one thing that is true is, you know, what's the survival tactic for the worst comes to worst? Your phone goes out, lights go out. What are we supposed to have to be able to make it for a week, 2 weeks? Like, does anybody have an opinion on that? Because that actually, I never thought about that, but that seems like a receiver radio. That sounds like at least one way to do it. I know in what's the movie with Will Smith with the vampires? They was
Legend.
The radio. Yeah, they had like you know, you would turn on the radio.
Not Legend. That was Legend. Book of Eli was Denzel.
My question is, can you get your own radio signal in times of distress? If shit, and I know I'm not looking, knock on wood, I'm just talking a big what if. What are there rules to communication that you can have for backup if something were to go down?
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta tap into the network, tap into the shortwave.
Well, not even that. A lot of CB radios they run off analog. So they don't have to worry about a digital signal. So when you get a CB radio that doesn't need a digital signal, all they have to do is have everybody working on the same network. They can actually talk to each other.
All right. Well, you know what, Remy? Play a song. I'm bringing it up because
No, I think these are conversations we low-key need to be having, though, yo. Like, it's getting fucking weird in the world. It's getting fucking weird in the world, yo.
I told y'all, just wake up, man. Open your eyes, man. It's the signs are out here.
It's bombs over Baghdad.
Okay, so Swerve, you talking about the signs. What are you doing to prepare yourself? Like, C just asked a valid question. You saying the signs is out there. What you got going on?
Yeah,
you watered up, you fooled up. What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know when it's come, if it's gonna come, when it's gonna come. It might come after we all gone on. I don't know. We don't know. But it is we live in a strange world. And am I fully prepared? No. Do I have some things? Yes. Do I love technology? Yes. But in the same token, I do know that, yeah, like using all this stuff, it is crippling us, myself included. I mean, we do need some of this stuff in the world we live in today to survive, or especially in this industry that we all are in, that's on this call every week. You know, it is crazy, but I'm woke to, like, all right, I'm not gonna fall in the manhole to all the fuckery that's going on. Some of this stuff I just gotta, I pull away from the social media sometimes, because it's like the same old stuff in the feed. Everybody's doing some of the same old thing. And I'm like, yeah, you know, when they talk about how are you different from everybody else? Yeah, I mean, we hear that be on this call every week. We're small, we less than a 1%. Like we were a small community. Amongst us, we teach each other. We're informing ourselves each and every week. You know what I'm saying? We never argue the 4 or 5 years that we've been up here on the things that we talk about. We always, you know, come to a solution and educating ourselves on things. Now, for the rest of the world, it's us against the world. and we would be defeated because we don't have enough to try to do some of the same things and band together, and we all just come as one, and hopefully the rest of the world would do what we talking about. But a lot of people's brainwashed. You got a lot of zombies already that's walking around out here. They brainwashed. They already sucked in to the madness, like the Matrix. The red pill, blue pill. Some people are taking the wrong pill.
The red pill or the blue pill. Wow. Check this one out, Joe.
Digiwaxx. Digiwaxx Radio.
Yeah, I guess shout out to everybody who dropped new music. It's been a decent new music week. It's actually one of the better ones in the last 3 weeks. I feel like this is actually picked up. You had Benny drop.
Yeah.
We had come out. Megan's new single, which is
got the streets buzzing.
The
internet buzzing.
I saw Nicki did make a post.
Yeah, you saw that. So what you think? See, she had that in the
that
tuck.
serious. I think I really think
It's
that
called Hiss, right?
Yeah, I don't think that is. I think it's clever, but it's not aimed at Nicki. I don't.
Me neither.
So. I think that Nicki wouldn't even react like that because she took it as a joke, which was funny as hell.
Why she came back on IG with the record? You think she had that in the tuck? Because that was kind of fast, bro.
She had a record already. She had.
She previewed a response on live like an hour later. Like, did you already have that, Nick? Like,
yeah, she
had it right here. Like, I dare you.
And to be honest with you, she might have got some intel on it, but that's sort of crazy. You're telling me that she already had a response.
And she played a little. Maybe I don't know if I could download it and try to send it so we can hear it. But she had like a little snippet on IG Live, but she ain't drop it yet. I'm about to look for it right now, but I don't think it dropped.
Wow.
But she came back ASAP. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, that's how you do it. ASAP.
Okay, so that's
ASAP. We're not giving you
no. That's the thing about hip hop, man.
Digiwaxx Radio. Digiwaxx Radio.
They were selling it on, they try to sell it on different platforms, but I'll say this. This is why Spotify recently stopped giving everybody money. So they messed up the game. So now you have to have at least 1,000 organic plays to get a check from Spotify. 1,000
organic
plays.
1,000,
at least 1,000, and it's the reason why is because Spotify has to pay out on these streams, right? Let's say these fake streams, but Spotify's main expense is what? It's their servers. They actually have to pay for everybody who puts music on their server, on their platform. The server has to house the music, and that expense is
through the roof.
Probably a couple $100,000 a month.
A month?
A month.
Oh, damn.
I mean, we're talking about. I don't even know. I'm just gonna put out there something like 1,000 yettabytes of content. I don't even, and what that would equate to.
Shouts out to our man Bionic. That is his new single "Hooked," which I believe he said is dropping the end of the month out there on the.
Yeah, I seen it on TikTok earlier today when he had it on TikTok.
Yeah. So, because he had sent me the raw version maybe last week, but this is the new mastered version. So, what y'all think? Of all the songs he's given us, I was like, that shit ain't bad, dog. Any thoughts? So it's just Bionic. It's just Bionic.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yo, I know you had your hand raised before we played the joint. Spock, what's happening?
What's up, brother? Man.
Chilling.
Yeah. I'm gonna forget. So Bionic, I like it. I think he should let Rock Nation, that distribution thing they got, I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something, bro. They're doing a great job. So he may want to let them distribute it and give that extra push, but I like it. But what I was saying is we're going to the point where no one's going to work anymore. You've heard it before, but look at the shoremen down there. The big fight is that in China, they already have a port that's totally ran by computers. A huge port, 2 people are there. Everything else is ran, the ships come in, everything else is ran by computers. That's what they're fighting for because they're trying to bring that automated system over here. Those guys fighting for their jobs, but the bottom line is the computers make it faster, more efficient, and cheaper. How long are they going to keep paying people when that technology can take over? So, you know, the real enemy of everybody is greed. And that's like, I call it the invisible pimp. There's an invisible pimp that's at the top, and we don't even know who that person is. But, you know, just like McDonald's fries, bro, it's 11 ingredients in those fries where overseas it's maybe 1. Because everything in America, you can pay the person off. Everybody's supposed to be protecting us is getting paid off for profit. So we live in a society in which there are no boundaries because of greed. Money supersedes everything. And eventually that's going to be the downfall, I feel, of democracy if we don't turn it around.
He's been reiterating what I've been saying. I say it to y'all every week. I'm trying to tell you. I've been saying it, and it's happening for sure.
What's cracking, Zeke?
Well, all right. So first of all, I didn't know that was Bionic in the beginning. I did not know that was Bionic in the beginning. I figured it out a little later in the song. I was like, oh, okay. I actually like it. It's better than a lot of stuff. I actually think it's a good Bionic song. It's a decent Bionic song. Not hating on Bionic. So yeah, I think he should push it a little bit, you know, for sure.
The only thing that still kills me is his voice. You know what I mean? I think he makes a lot of dope concept records. You know, and I've continued to tell him that forever. I'm like, you know, like, what was that show that was on NBC there for a second? Like, it was like the producer show trying to get it to the artist. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, I think he comes up with a lot of dope concept records, but just the singing is not there for me. You know what I mean? It never has, and I don't know if it ever will be. You know what I mean?
Facts. But I do think that he can, A&R wise, producing other artists, that is, I think, you know, wide open lane for him. And you know, you don't have to always be the artist. What you could also be is, you know, I was talking to Mr. Mix about this from 2 Live, who we had on. Sometimes you need to create your own sort of, like Diddy, like your own production company, like your own like circus. You know, you might have a big dude that's like Barry White. He's the bear on the bike. You might got the lady that, you know, can swallow the swords. That might be your singer. You know, but you bring this whole show out on the road. You're producing all the records, and you're rolling as a unit. You know, because he definitely got dope records to write. It's I think it is the delivering the performance. But for him,
and those are all produced by him. You know what I mean? So that's what, like I say, it's like you said, you don't always have to be the artist. You know. Because that's what, like I said, he's put some shit on here that's like, damn, that's a dope records if I could hear somebody else on it. You know what I mean? And that ain't no disrespect. It's just, you know, like the singing ain't there for me. What's up, Red?
I digged it, man. I kind of was jamming it myself while I was grabbing stuff going through the shop. I think that, like, I'm with you, Raymond. Like, sometimes if you have the great concept car, you ship it out to the other dealers and see if they can, you know what I'm saying, you know, give you the credit for it. You know what I mean? And like I said, he's a nice producer, man, producing his own music and writing. That's really, really dope on Bionic side, you know. Like a lot of people, the thing of the show, because a lot of the people, I think it was Snoop Dogg was on their show. One in Raymond, he was on there where they basically come up with a song and try to write they were basically producers And then all
Yeah,
of a sudden
there was a bunch of people on that.
Yeah,
like they had
it's a
her
lot of-
on there, and
yeah. And I thought that, that's be something that Bionic could really do, you know what I mean, to move his music. Cause I know sometimes we listen to him vent a little bit. A lot of his stuff is not moving, you know what I mean? But he making good music, you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta shop your own stuff, get it reinvented. I like it though.
yeah. Hey, so Don, I was gonna run one of those joints. Do you want to run the one
Bro,
that
I love
you
your ears, bro. Your ears. You guys have good ears. Like this Digiwaxx is so accurate. Like I tell people all the time, man. I mean, the level of DJs here, you guys can pick hits. So whatever. I'm open.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna run riding around the city if that's cool with you.
Cool.
Okay.
I think
Because I didn't get a chance to go through all of them. So but let's
We
run
got
that one
video
because
for that.
I know you got the feature on there.
Yeah, we got the video for that too. So it's there.
You want to run the video or do you want to run the song?
You run the video, it's cool.
Okay.
Let them get a visual on.
Let me pull it up. Why don't you give it a little background while I pull that up?
All right, so this is Benjamin Brim. Working with him for a while. This guy's like the most talented person I've met. He plays all the instruments. The thing about him is that he doesn't do one style of music. He does like everything from reggae, and it's hard to grasp, or it's very hard to deal with that kind of person that can really do that many different kinds of music well. Country, I mean, the whole thing. And so we decided to I broke down, I have like 60, 70 songs, and I'm breaking it down. The name of the album is called Heterogeneous. Y'all can look that up. It's just different things. And so we dropped it last night. This is the first one I did using the Rock Nation distribution. Very impressed. They're doing a great job. It came out October 1st. Overnight, man, they had girls in Japan dancing to it on TikTok. I'm like, whoa, like guys on Cape Cut playing videos to it. I mean, so I don't know what they're doing on their side, but it's definitely, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish at Rock Nation, but this distribution they got is really pushing it out. But that's just the basis of it. But he's talented. I'm just trying to figure out which one I should really get behind. Definitely gonna run it through Digiwaxx as I always do. But the ears on this call, man, they're everything to me. Y'all guys really, when y'all hear stuff, y'all are right on point. So we shot this video in LA. This one right here, around the city.
Said I'm gonna run this one riding around the city. Benjamin Brim is the name of the artist, and the album is called what again?
Heterogeneous. This is this one.
All right, Heterogeneous. All right, check this out, y'all. All right, Benjamin Brim. Where you at? Where you at, Spock?
Yeah, so he's originally from Atlanta. Right now he lives in Tampa. He plays basketball and stuff like that. But yeah, we were out to LA. That was probably I had like a birthday celebration out there. So I flew them all out there. And we ran a thing on Craigslist, bro. And so the girl came. I feel bad, bro, because she came, shot the video and stuff like that. I took her to dinner, and it was on like our last day or whatever, bro. And I think it was her and her friend. I think the last day we had in the refrigerator left, man, like some hot dogs or some shit like that I gave her, bro. I feel bad about that. But she came, she was cool. It always bothered me, man. I just gave her everything that was in the refrigerator, but I didn't break her off. You know what I'm saying? I took her to dinner and stuff like that. About a year later, I watched the TV and she was featured in this film starring in somebody. So I forgot the girl's name, but she was hungry, man. She was out in LA posting on Craigslist, and just wherever the camera was going, she was in front of it, man. So it came out.
That sound like a Hollywood story right there. You know what I'm saying? That is what it is.
Yeah, but I should have gave her something. I gave her a pack of hot dogs, man. So I think she kind of blackballed me, bro. She was crazy, bro.
That's all I got, baby. Farmer John. Go ahead.
Hey, I said, hey, whatever's left in there, y'all can get, man. But yeah, she did a good job. But yeah, we getting a lot of great feedback, man. On the album. So I put the link on there so y'all can download it and check it out. But I plan on definitely hooking up with you, CL, Will, to find out, which ones we need to push out and what y'all can do and stuff like that.
Word. So you said kid is out of Tampa?
He's in Tampa right now, but he's really from Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very.
So what, he playing ball in college or something?
Well, whole nother story. But he was like in high school, like the leading scorer of his high school, and I think he got injured or whatever, and he lost his scholarship to play college. So I guess it's you know, you have those leagues where it's like they pay you to play or whatever, but it's a local league there. So that's what he's doing, but he's in great shape and stuff like that. And so, you know, I have so much material on this guy. So we're gonna start pushing it out, get him back in the studio and stuff and like that. But yeah, real talented guy.
Dope. And you said you guys are actually using Rock Nation distribution, huh?
Yeah, this is the first release from them. So I saw that they were doing it, starting to go into distribution. I had reached out to them, and it took them about a couple of weeks. That's why I updated my website, putting all of my material that I have. I've been doing this shit 30 years, man. So they did the research, and they approved it, the account. And so they got a situation where basically what they're doing is they want 15% on the mechanical side, and then it's optional to get 15% on the publishing side. So that's what the deal is. And so I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna give them 15% on both sides. I mean, hey, I'm gonna see what they do, what kind of machine they got going on. But they sent it out to like 50, 59, and I have Orchard account. You know, I got all of them, but they send them out everywhere, bro. And when I tell you, when I'm going them there and looking at in 24 hours what they've done, you know, all these companies, I don't care what they're saying, they're using bots. You know what I'm saying? Like so it don't matter what they say, they just hit one guy for 10 million, you know, for using bots, because I guess he was smarter than
I've seen that, yeah.
Bro, yeah, but they all playing the same game. And so I'm like, you know what? If I get them 15% on both sides, whatever bots they have, let me see them. And sure enough, bro, within 24 hours, you got chicks in Japan dancing to this guy's stuff overnight. Like I woke up this morning, looked on TikTok. I'm like, what in the hell? I mean, he got thousands of views already. So I don't know what system they got going on, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna see how it goes. But so far, bro, if you release some music, you know, they got something cooking over there, man. I hope this P. Diddy thing doesn't affect, you know, I hope that don't affect that. You know, in the back of my mind, that's what I'm thinking, that if Jay-Z
I don't think Diddy doing Rock Nation.
Yeah, but you know, everybody's saying Jay-Z is gonna get called in. I hope that doesn't affect Rock Nation.
Yeah. We shall see. Like I said, that thing feel like the web touches so many different, man. Like I said, more and more cases coming out.
All their names on the list.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I say. Your name's on the list, Swerve. You know what I mean?
I ain't never.
You and CL. All up at the Diddy parties. You know what I'm saying?
CL been to a Diddy party. I ain't never been, though.
CL? Oh, let me put it on mute. Can we hear the story? What happened?
Hold on, I gotta try to save my name.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No. Who was saying that? Who was saying that yesterday? It was like, no, you gotta understand. I've been to the Diddy Day parties. I never been to the other parties.
No, Rollins.
He said he did a couple of Diddy. He did a couple of he DJ'd a few parties, but he said he did the day parties.
Yeah.
Where's C Styles at?
No, I ain't gonna front. Donald Rollins was hilarious on the morning.
Oh, that dude is out of here.
Yo, he was hilarious.
Ashy Larry is the funniest dude.
Yo, for real, man. He was funny, man. But I understand, like, we a part of this culture, man. You know, hey, I went to the Playboy Mansion. and it was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, oh shit. And it was what it was. No hate. Had a good time. I ain't getting to nothing too crazy, but you could clearly see that this a lot could potentially happen here. So, you know, as long as you ain't participate, I think you'd be good.
Yeah.
Long as you ain't on them cameras either.
If you did participate, would you tell us? I'm just asking.
Oh shoot!
He didn't answer the question.
I just trip more or less. Like I said, apparently every artist has known about this shit for like since the 90s. Like I saw the clip of a Pimp C he came out and he was like, "Yo, you know, me and my man Bun B, we tight, but you ain't never gonna catch us in the same room with no clothes on. You know what I mean? We ain't never sharing no bras like that. But everybody's referencing the Diddy parties. You know what I mean? This thing been going on since the 90s. You know what I mean? Like freak offs.
Well,
Freak offs.
that's what they call that secret society, right?
Yeah.
Secret.
Yeah.
Lee the Fifth.
They said
I
you
plead
get to
the
drink a
fifth
cup.
I plead the fifth if.
They say you have to drink a cup before you walk in. Like to walk in the door, the first thing you gotta do is drink a cup.
Yeah.
See, I ain't get down with that, man. See, now you talking crazy.
Absolutely not. I plead the fifth if.
And it ain't just in music too, as we see, it's the courtrooms, lawyers, judge, from the entertainment, football, basketball, Hollywood, producers, actors, actresses. It's all kind of people, politicians, you know, all kind of government. It's all kind of people that's, you know, possibly can be on these tapes. We don't know. It's anybody. Anybody. They all
Nasty work with the hidden cameras, yo. Nasty work with the hidden cameras.
But
Yeah.
but on that note, can't they sue? Cause they didn't know that they was on cam. So they sue him as well?
I mean, I would imagine, but I mean, what is that? I mean, does that
Wait,
even help
wait,
you
all right,
once
hold on,
the
hold on,
shit is
hold on.
already out? You know what I mean? Does that
Wait,
even help
can I
you?
ask y'all? So Raven, are you saying you're not allowed to have private like security cameras? Let's just say you're not allowed to have security cameras in your house.
I mean, I think you are, but I'm thinking about in the manner of how this whole thing is.
They didn't know.
Yeah. Because they talk about like hidden cameras. It's one thing you got security cameras in your house, but it's another that, you know what I mean? You had one camera that was in the eyeball of a teddy bear or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's like us, like with the new. I don't know who updated they iPhone or whatever, whoever had iPhone. So now they got a recording feature that, like, the conversation, you could record a conversation, but you got to let the other person know, yo, you know, record.
Yeah.
Plus, it lets it on the other person. Like, we'll say me and you, Raymond, me and you having a conversation. It will let, like, if I'm going to record you, it will let you know that on your line on your phone that I'm going to record you. So if I don't let you know and I'm just recording you, you don't know, that's a violation on my part.
Yeah, okay. and a lot of times the courts will throw that out, you know.
So what was his name? The comedian, he's always on Vlad, from Chicago. Anyway, he had got caught stealing from Diddy at one point. And what I'm saying is that it could be, you know, that reasoning that, hey, I've been robbed before, so I'm filming for security. I'm not trying to get Diddy out of jail. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But wait,
yeah, I mean,
in the
you know that lawyer's
bedrooms,
gonna
though,
go ham trying to twist that every which way.
But in the bedrooms, though, like if they in the bedrooms, you going in there now. The same thing, you know, you're not letting the woman or man, whoever he had in the bedroom, like, yo, I got cameras going on in here, like, you know what I mean? Or, you know, or here's a paper, here's a document, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, sign off on this, is, you know, this is, you know, so you can protect us. I don't know, he might have did that. I don't know if he did or didn't. I don't know, but the other person has to be aware. So they could be like, nah, I'm not with it. I'm not with all that. I want to leave. They don't know. They, you know, that they being recorded. That's violation.
What better way to control somebody? Like,
yeah. I mean, that's what they say, and that's all about, right?
Yeah.
It's all being blackmail. Look,
yeah,
you know,
so,
you're gonna do this, or I got this. You know,
you put on the black web. He's right. I don't think it's legal, and I think it probably would not be admissible in court because the way he got it. But I don't think that's the most damaging part. I think the people that's on there having it publicly revealed in the black web, that's the most damaging. You got people that are in marriages or all kind of situations that can lose half, you know, they can stand to lose a lot of money. That stuff comes out. So that's like the big thing, but I don't think it's in the court. No, if they got it by ill means. But like I said, what better way to get someone to do whatever you want them to do by saying, hey, you remember you was there. and show them part of that footage. I mean, what they gonna do? They're gonna do whatever they gotta do. What you tell them to do.
Yeah. Shit is wild. That made me think what was the movie? Paid in Full? And either way, whatever. Let's play a joint. Let's play a joint. Enough of the secret camera shit. New Amanda Reifer and Sean Paul. That is the song Sweat Part 2. Shout out that amazing director in that video. The artistic creativity in that one is off the chain.
Oh my God.
You could catch his vision.
That's a very easy way to do videos.
Fam, that's all they do. That's all they do today. Social media is a naked bitch dancing to your song.
I could definitely do those videos easy with just my iPhone too. You wouldn't even need much. Good daylight. You don't need much equipment. Good daylight in your phone, and a little bit of editing. Boom, put your song behind it. Hey, I think I'm about to sell that.
Bro, that's all social media does today. Artists promote their music with a naked broad and just they song in the background.
New wave.
They
Really
get royalties from the lyrics coming up on the screen like that. You do know that, right?
Say it again.
Anytime I'm just learning this about a year ago. Anytime you have the lyrics that come up on the screen like that, it generates a whole nother check. It generates a whole nother royalty. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. That's the reason why. Okay, so us growing up, Michael Jackson Thriller, everybody got that. You notice that the lyrics were printed inside the album cover?
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why. Anytime you reprint the lyrics, it generates a whole different royalty. I never knew that. That's why when you
So
open
does that help the actual songwriter, or is that like?
Yeah. It goes to the writers, but it's totally different. It's not mechanical. It's not publishing. It's a whole different company that collects. I don't know if it's Lyric Find. It's another company that collects royalties based every time the lyrics come up. That's why it's so important when you do the music now, you put the lyrics.
I mean, it would make sense. It would be like if a poet, right, or a book writer.
There you go.
A poet or a book writer, a person that writes books, and you know what I'm saying. So it's the part of it's part of publishing. So a book writer gets for the book, they get paid. Publishing and everything is published.
Yeah, so it's like if they wrote a hard copy and then made an audio copy.
There you go. It's almost like a mechanical. It's almost like a mechanical for the writing, but the money comes from a whole different source. So that's why I say when you see the video and you see the writing come up on the screen, you see like lyric videos, right? That's what they're doing. They're generating a whole nother, man. I'm gonna put the site in the chat. But yeah, I'm just finding all this out, bro. It generated a whole nother check for you.
That's crazy because I was thinking about those videos. You see a regular video, then you see a music video, and then you see the visual video.
Mm-hmm.
So they call them visuals.
Well, it actually makes sense because think about it, guys. They got karaoke, right? So a lot of the karaoke is nothing but lyrics on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So when yes, you is right, because when they do those karaoke things, in a karaoke world, you could get paid for that too as well. The artists can, they can generate money too as well in a karaoke, and that's separate as well from you know what I'm saying, because the lyrics as well and the music being played. So yeah, you're right. Yeah.
See the karaoke. See, this is the thing though, where the karaoke is on its own database. So I feel like that's where the royalties come in at. Because when they use those karaoke software, they don't just pull them from YouTube. They actually have software that holds all of that information, or a database, I should say. It's not a software because it's pulled from the internet. But I can see that where he's coming from. I didn't notice. This is new.
Yeah, bro. Hey, man, that's what we're here for, man. We got to share.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send two sites in the chat right there. That's why I've been researching this publishing, man. It's so much. I mean, from the Fox agency, from now you got this thing called the what is it, the ML hold on, it's the MLC or whatever, collecting stuff. Like the thing keeps changing.
I think Carafund. That's the name of the website. Carafund. Kara Fund. that's where all of the karaoke tracks is held online. Well, that's one of the websites, but they sell that shit at Guitar Center.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's different ways. Money and things within the industry is just what are people really tied into and tapped into. What you can get is many different ways. You just have to probably be knowledgeable and definitely tied into like 5 different things.
Yeah.
To just to make it by. You know.
Yeah. I didn't know the karaoke tracks counted though.
Oh yeah, nah, definitely. Yeah, I know that they definitely make
it makes sense now that he's saying it and putting some context on it. Because when I used to sell the karaoke machines, they would give how when we buy the DJ equipment, Serato gives you like the product key to get access to the stuff. That's basically what they do with the karaoke machine. So they use the product key to get access to the library. But I didn't think artists was like getting royalties off of karaoke. That's pretty tight.
DJs really the karaoke DJs should be getting a lot more because especially if they're providing the equipment and like the TV and all these, you're gonna have your karaoke rig and everything. You should be getting, if not, what a regular possibly did or more because that's a lot of gear and then getting the lyrics and putting all that stuff should be getting. It's a lot of work.
Microphone.
It's a lot of work. That ain't easy as it sounds. Oh, karaoke. People say, oh yeah, get a little boom box and a mic, and yeah, we do. Nah, if the real way should be getting paid because that's like TV. You bringing a lot of stuff. It ain't just your little controller and your laptop. And that's it. Nah, you bringing way more than that if you're doing it the real way.
There needs to be a new conference to discuss a lot of that. The new monetization models for music. Not new, but I think that they're not new. But I just think that people just don't know. When you create a composition, here are all the ways you can monetize that composition, and with experts, people in that field. Because there's this rumor going around that music is dead. Music doesn't make money. Music doesn't do this. Music doesn't do that. Clearly, these are just rumors. These are just rumors. But if you can teach
I don't know if you've seen your boy Shampoo. Yo, he's stupid. Nah, I put it in the group like what he talking about. He's like, the gig is up. The gig is up. All you artists, yo, it's funny. You gotta look at it. He's stupid, yo.
What do you say? You running for the hills? It's over for the business?
Nah. He's just making a mockery. It's just people in the industry and artists, them being lazy, and now basically with stuff we talk about. Like, you got to put the groundwork in now. Like, you ain't gonna have people basically in a short form holding your hand, coursing you through this industry. It's like, if you really want to do this music thing, it's either you love it and you do it, because you love it, and the money will come. It might not come fast, or you just trying to get a quick bag and do all this, so you're gonna just do whatever kind of music and think you're gonna get by. But now the gig is up. So now what we've been saying for so long is a lot of these, not gonna call no artist names, but the ones that's been up there at the top and they've been doing subpar music.
All these knockoff.
Yeah, basically. So now the true color is going into 2025. We got 2 more months of this year. That sounds crazy. This year's all dead and gone. 2 more months of this year is gone into 2025. Now the realness of these artists gonna have to show and improve.
You getting the fuckery out of here, man.
You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna see all these numbers. Are they really doing the numbers that they saying? Because we all know that these numbers are fabricated and they not real numbers, and everybody basically faking it till they make it, basically. So we're gonna see who's the real deal.
Yes, we are. It's a long road, man. And what happened before, they say well, old times something come back. That is the truth. What was then shall be now and beyond. All right. I guess we're gonna play a couple of joints. Hold on, let me get
Hey,
my
hold on, Queen. We talking about Rock Tim clipped on Rock C. Who's Rock C? Queen B. If you could talk.
Oh yeah, Timberland like flipped Christian Rock's interview.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I did see that. He made a beat out of what she was. I mean, it seemed it's funny. Yeah, I seen it. It was pretty dope the way he made her sound because she sounded okay, but the way he made her sound, it was like okay, it was dope. That was
Yeah, I should check it out. Should check it out.
If anyone could do it, it would be Timbo.
Timbo do anything. You're right. All right, check this out, y'all. New Music Wednesdays.
Was that Muhammadiyah last rap?
Shout out to Muhammadiyah.
Yo, I knew that was her. I knew that was her, and I was like, oh, that sound like Muhammadiyah.
Muhammadiyah, but we gonna, it's all good. Shout out to Quantum on that one. We're gonna keep it. Shout out to Emily MC.
Yeah,
she murdered.
That was a dope record.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Philly MCs.
Is that the girl that being in the she worked? I guess she work in the medical field. That be rhyming on IG.
That would be a great Quantum question. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know. I've been sent a couple of tracks from her in the last month, and that was the last one that was sent. But I don't know much about her. I'm new to her as well.
But do y'all know of a female? She always. I'm not saying she a doctor.
She be on IG every week.
Yeah, she
every
be
Wednesday.
She'll flow to like producers that cook up beats or whatever, and it helps.
Dark skin? Is she dark skinned?
No, she light skinned. She's like
no, that's not her. This ain't her then. This ain't her then.
Okay. Well, I mean, I gotta look next time. I share with y'all. But Quantum, you will like her. Like she's dope too, because her voice tone sounds like her, and she be going in as you like I think she works in the medical field because she always be wearing like her scrubs and. I don't know if she's a nurse or something in a hospital or work, or, something in the hospital. But she do drop music. The person that I'm talking about, and she really
does she have long hair?
She always sitting in the car.
Yeah, she's always like in a car rapping in a car.
But does she look like what's her girl? The actress from Kids, Sin City, Spike Lee movies. He Got Game. What's her name?
Rosa Perez? Not Rosa Perez.
No.
Spike's sister?
Who?
No.
Spike's sister.
No. He Got Game. Kids.
Rosario Dawson?
Yeah. Rosario Dawson. Yeah. Does this chick look like her?
Her skin tone might be like hers. Like
it's this one chick that looked like Rosario Dawson, and she's older. And she be like rapping over some of the illest shit, but it's weird. She be in her phone, but I see her on Instagram though.
Yeah, she's sitting in the car, right?
And yeah, she be in the car. Yeah, and I like she. It's the same person.
Yeah, she.
Okay.
She always went.
Can we get an IG link to verify?
I know. That's what I'm waiting for somebody.
I'm trying to think of her name. See, I'm on the.
I just saw over the weekend, and I was just like, damn.
She always wearing she works in I guess she works in a hospital. I don't know if she's a nurse. She might be a doctor or whatever, but she always wearing like hospital, like she's going to work or just came from work, getting off work, something like that. And she does.
I didn't even notice that. I just
you can't miss it. You can't.
That's what I'm saying. We might not be talking about the same person then. Because she got a little gray in her hair. And that's why I know she a little bit older, but like she be rapping over some shit, like some shit that, like some shit. She don't just be sticking the low hanging fruit, and then she sound good. That's why I don't know if we talking about the same person or not, man. I wish I could figure out who this is.
This one got the Muhammadiyah type tone.
Oh man, I'm trying to see because I just saw her over the weekend on my timeline, And then I just saw someone post her on Facebook, and I was like, all right, she kind of moving around.
Trying to think. I can't think of a name.
Yeah, y'all move on, man. If I find it, I'll throw it in the link.
All right. Well, shout out to that. I don't know if you want to say anything else about that record there, Quantum.
This shit's dope. This shit's dope. I like her voice, man. Like, to me, the voice is an instrument. Like, it's part of it. Her voice is dope. She sent me that. It's another track she got with Master Ace, where she like doing this. She going over like these old albums. I can't think of the name of the track, but it's a video for it. But I heard her voice, like, oh, I like her voice. She reminds me of this chick, Apani B. Flying C. I mentioned her on here before. Apani's dope, and I like voices like that, where they don't sound masculine, but they don't sound like, you know, other chick. Like, they just kind of had their own shit. But she dope from what I've heard so far.
Dope shit. Dope shit. Yeah, let's try. Let me see. I had made a list of joints to play. So funny, I got caught up, and just new music way every single day. It's crazy. But let me find a record to rock for everybody real quick. Oh yeah, play that. Give me 1 second. All right, check this joint out right here. Yeah, new artist for Fargo. Song's called Fine Shit. Any thoughts on that? Anybody hear that record before? Hello?
No comment.
All right, there it is. Trash pile.
Like you took us when you took us from a groovy movie to a sushi salad.
Yeah, I was just trying to play something different. I don't know, man. You know?
Went from Ha Ha 1 to Ha Ha 2.
Yeah,
right,
man.
right.
That's a fact. Listen.
Is anybody there?
Yo, y'all funny. All right, I'm carrying another joint. Yeah, a little better.
Much better.
I like it.
There you go. Listen, if you got something that's groovy, like C Style says, send it in. We probably gonna end up a little early today. It was sort of like you know, one of our light days. Sometimes we get those. You already know. You go from four artists, 5 artists in one day to one or none. So all good. Love everybody the same way. But if there's something dope that you like, we need to check it out. Shoot, let's share. That's what it's all about. Back to my question before, because it was never really answered. My question is, let's just say that we have an emergency here. Whatever happens, communications knocked out, lights knocked out, power. What are the necessities? First of all, for communication, how do you back yourself up? If anybody knows, number one. And number two is, what are the other essential items that we should have in case a major event were to take place? How do you hold yourself and your family down? And this is an open question. Does anybody have some advice?
I got some. So right now in my hometown, I'm from Augusta, Georgia. The eye of that hurricane hit down in Augusta. And down there is tore up. I actually rent a house down there, and luckily for me, I cut all the trees down around the house. So my tenants called and said they were all right. But right now, because of the destruction, all the gas stations are jammed up. They're $10 a gallon, which is down here is crazy. The lights are still off right now, and the hurricane been going. There literally is like Beirut down there. It's crazy right now as we speak right now. But to answer your question, first thing is a generator. Like for me, I have a huge generator that was filled up with gas right now in my garage, and it'll go for 14 hours, right? So you got to have a generator. When COVID had hit, I was trying to order deep sea freezer, which I couldn't do it because it was so backlogged. But I would say that's a good bet at this point also. But the generator is like the minimum that you're going to need. And as far as communication, I don't know if the satellites and the cell towers shut down, how will you be able to communicate? I don't think you can, not for long distance. I'm open to hear what other people suggest on that end. But just to get you and your family through it, at the minimum, you should have a generator. Everybody should have a generator in their home.
I like the generator. I'm gonna go with that.
I got me one of those. Give me 2-3 more.
I like the generator. That's a good one. Anybody else got any
I got the solar panel generator.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, I just came in. Are y'all talking about this storm that just hit?
We're talking about survival tips. If something were to happen, which we don't know anything about anything, you said that the bank is out, but I'm taking it beyond the bank. Let's just say power and the communication is out for an extended amount of time.
Right.
How do you back yourself up with that, number one? And number two, what are some of the essential items or things that one should have to be able to weather through, let's just say, a catastrophe?
I got you. I don't mean to break up the seriousness of this, but I put that IG of the person I was talking about in the comments. Y'all can get back to survival tactics.
Wait, you don't have any?
Dude, I just moved and I'm currently dealing with a bunch of people that's trying to survive this latest storm. That's why y'all haven't heard from me all day.
Where are you?
And probably be like that for a minute. So, I'm not in thinking about that mode currently. What'd you say, Spot?
Where are you?
I'm in Houston, but the job I do helps out everybody across this country. So I'll just leave it at that.
Got you. I would say things you can trade. Like what things can you always trade no matter what? If everything shuts down. That's why I say that if everything shuts down, bullets and alcohol would jump to the top of everybody's list.
Liquor, alcohol, or are we talking about rubbing alcohol?
No, liquor.
Liquor and bullets.
Liquor and firearms.
Why? Wait. Why liquor?
Because people trying to drink their problems away, bro. People getting drunk because they don't want to live through this sober. Also, alcohol can be used as a cleansing, depending on what alcohol it is. Of course, it have to be like a clear, nothing with sugar in it, or something like a vodka or gin or something